Hi guys, what's up? Welcome back to another video. In this video I'm gonna show you how you can reset your password on Windows. This thing is supposed to work on the password of the accounts that are not online. For the online ones, I did not try it yet. And I mean with the online ones, the ones that usually exist on Windows 10, but it's optional, so you may have one that's online and you may not. If you may not, this is the guide for you. If you may, or if you have one that's online, like using your email address and everything, I don't know, you can try it if you want. And for Windows 11, as I know, it's mandatory to connect your computer to the internet using Microsoft account, so I don't know, also you can try it and tell me, comment down below. Before we start the demonstration, please make sure that you like, share, comment and subscribe. It's gonna help me a lot. I'm enjoying my time with you here, helping you with these tricks and these small tutorials, if we can say, and some problem solving, so please help me out with this thing. So the first thing that you need to have, let's say this is your computer that you're seeing in the screen here. As you see, it's a computer that has a password. I know what is the password actually, but for the demonstration, let's say you don't know how to log in, okay? You put the password that you think is gonna work, it doesn't work. You put, for example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, it doesn't work like that. What you need is a USB thumb drive or a CD or DVD on which you put a bootable live CD of Linux. Any Linux distribution, by the like the easiest, one of the easiest ones, or one of the mainly used ones, commonly used ones, maybe Ubuntu, maybe Linux Mint. In my case, I'm just going to use Linux Mint, and any of them is going to do the job for us because the process is the same. The process is the same, especially if you're using a GUI-based distribution like Ubuntu and Linux Mint. If you use their live ISO, their live media, you'll get the job done. If you're using text-based one, CLI-based one, like Arch for example, you still can get the job done, but you'll do it using the command line. In this case, I'm not gonna use the command line. Maybe I will do it in a future video, but for now, I'm gonna simply boot into a live media for Linux which has a GUI and do this step or do this process. Okay, for the old Windows versions, it used to be like if you wanna reset your password, disable your password, access your computer that's locked with the password. I'm talking about the user password for Windows. It used to be when you log in or when you boot your computer, you press F8 and then you enable your administrator account, which doesn't have a password by default, and then you go to the user account that has a password and you disable it. Okay, so that's how we used to do it. I remember we were doing it on Windows XP. I guess it was on some old versions of Windows 7. But I heard, or I was told when I recommended someone to do such thing, he asked me, he said it's not possible to do it. So one of the ways to do or to resolve this issue, if you cannot access the safe mode and enable the administrator account, which is disabled by default, one of the alternative ways is to force your computer to take you to the screen where you repair it. Like you select repair my computer and then you change this this icon here. This one takes you to this thing. It's called, the application behind this is called Utilman. It can be utility manager or something, utility management. So it's like the abbreviation for that stuff, or shortening. It's shortened like that. So what we do here, like you first of all, you access your computer by forcing it to take you to the repair my computer menu, and then you do some extra steps aside. Like the steps that you do are more than the steps that I'm going to show you here. What I'm going to show you here is quite simple. It's quite easy. All you have to do is to plug your bootable media, whether it's a USB thumb drive or a CD, to your computer, change this utilman to become the CMD of your computer, of your system, run few commands, and you'll be able to have, for example, an extra user. You don't need to put a password for that extra user. You can disable from it the password from the first user, or you can access your data from it, because most of the applications are multi-user. You can run them from any user, or you can remove the password for your user that is locked on your computer. So for such thing, I'm not going to show you how you can make a bootable media for Linux live, CD or ISO or DVD or whatever. I'm not going to show you such thing. There are plenty of the videos there. I may make a video if you want. Comment down below if you want me to make a video about how to make a bootable USB thumb drive for Linux Mint, for example. It's the process is simple and easy, straightforward if you know what you're doing, and you don't need too much to know what you're doing. Okay, so here I'm gonna simply put in the virtual CD drive or optical drive on my virtual machine. I'm gonna put this thing for you. After you prepare your bootable CD or DVD or USB thumb drive, you put it on your computer. And I'm sorry for the people that dislike CDs and DVDs. I keep mentioning that, but because I believe that there are still some people that use such thing. So you prepare your bootable media, you plug it on your computer, and you boot, just like I'm going to do right now on my virtual machine. Here it is. We check again. Optical drives, we have it here. We reboot our system, restart, and then we make sure that we press the boot menu key. For you it can be something like F12, F10, F9, delete, I don't know, tab maybe, depending on your computer. In my case it's F12. For HP I guess it's F9. For Lenovo I guess it's F12, as long as, those what I have seen and I experienced it. For you I don't know. So you check from your manufacturer website what is or how to access the boot menu. Okay, or if you still want help for that, just comment down below and tell me about your model or your computer and model, so I can check for you. So after you reboot your system, you access your boot menu, you select the one that is matching with your boot media type. If it's a CD-ROM, you select CD-ROM. If it's a floppy, of course not. Here we have floppy, so not that one. If you want to select USB, you're supposed to have USB in the entries. In my case, I'm going to select CD-ROM. Okay, press it and then start Linux Mint 21 like that. Press enter, or you can wait for it. It's going to take you to that one, or take you to the desired place where you're going to do the stuff I'm going to tell you now. Okay, don't panic. I guess you see that the interface is very similar to Windows. What we're going to do is not going to make big changes to the system or damage the system. Just follow the steps I'm going to tell you. It's not something harmful to the system. Nothing wrong is going to happen. Just follow it and you will be good to go. We go to files. This is supposed to be the default file explorer, and it's supposed to be by default available here. Okay, to the right side of the screen in this panel, you're supposed to see your devices and your hard drives or partitions. By default you will have one or two or probably three. Make sure by the size you choose the one where your system is installed. Let's say, for example, you have 3 or 4 partitions. One of them is 300 gigabytes. You know that your system is installed there. You can double check by seeing the Windows folder there. Or you have 300 gigabytes, you have 100 gigabytes, you have 500 gigabytes, you have 3 of your partitions over there. The one that contains Windows, usually you don't have more than a system. The one that contains Windows folder like this, and program data, program files, x86, and all these folders by default are for the C partition for Windows. So what you need to do is to go to Windows folder and then System32. Once it's done loading, just press or type utilman. You'll get this one, rename it, or you can simply press F2. At the end, put dot back or dot anything, just add something at the end, okay? Don't keep it utilman.exe without something at the end. Press enter. The next thing, you press CMD. You change its name to utilman. By the way, utilman is with uppercase U at the beginning. Utilman. We put double L, it's my fault. Alright, we're good to go like this. Close this window and then reboot the system. Yep. Okay, here when we press this button, we're supposed to get our CMD. We'll do everything from it. Alright, so the command to do such thing is net user, and then the username, which is in my case vbox user, and then the password. You put whichever password you want if you want to change your password, otherwise you can also get rid of it. If we want to put a password, just type, like for example 1234566, which is not a secure password. You should not do it. You should not run this command to you should not choose this password. Press enter. It will say the command completed successfully, and then if you put from 1 2 3 4 5 6 and then enter, your system boots, as you can see. This is just for some demonstration. Of course you should not use that simple password. Make sure it contains uppercase, lowercase symbols, numbers and digits and everything. If you want to get rid of that, don't want to change your password, just run the command that I'm going to show you, okay? Log off. It's the same command, just open this CMD right here. Net user, username, in my case vbox user. In your case it can be anything else, it can be anything, I don't know, let's say user, Martin, Mark, Angel, anything, okay? For example Veronica, or I'm just mentioning some random names. So for you, if you want to get rid, for you it can be anything. If you want to get rid of the password totally, just press this command, and then if we try to log in, it's supposed to work. As you can see, we got rid of the password. That's it. Alright, so here there is a small issue. After you do this, either you change your password or get rid of it, there is a small thing, which is if you press here CMD, is going to take you to utilman, the one that we have. Yes, it says here no items match your search. So to get rid or to solve this issue, it's simple. All you have to do is to revert the changes, and we can do that by simply rebooting the system, as I guess, or so utilman, and then this one, I don't know how we can, or let's go to Explorer, Windows Explorer. Yes, run as administrator. Yes, I'm not sure if this is going to work. I hope it will. I'm not sure though. Let's try. Go here, System32, right? Just press here utilman with capital U, and then this one, we start with it, properties, or you can press F2, CMD. Okay, continue. Doesn't work. Yes, that's why I said we need to restart the computer to the live media exactly the same way we did before, but we renamed them. So I will be back to you once we are. You do the same thing, okay? I told you about it at the beginning of the video. You can go back to that thing, to that time where I was telling about such thing. For me, I'm just gonna skip all of that and jump with you directly to the process of renaming the files. Okay. Alright, so here I am on my live Linux Mint. Okay, you yourself, you need to get it like that, like this. I mean, come here, system32 like before, you wait for it some time to load. So now we type simply inside of this folder utilman, we will be taken to this one. We changed the name to cmd.exe, cmd, and again we type utilman like before. We will change the name of this thing to its initial name. Okay, we're good to go. If you want me to prove to you that the system works like it used to be before, if we type cmd, we can. I will. So here is my Windows 7 system. If we type here cmd, for example, and we try to access it, it's like this. If we log off or log out, here it's written log off, and we try to access utilman, we can, as you can see. If we try to log in, there is no password. Okay, is it clear? I hope it is. Thanks for watching, and cheers.